Yo guys, it's Yugi Aiden here. Today I'm giving you a deck profile of my hero deck from the best of five. Not best of five, best 2-5 with my friend James. That happened a while ago. I was gonna do it that weekend, during the week, but I didn't get a chance to. But now I'm able to. I'm doing it now before I'm not able to do it. And I'm able to do it again. So I am doing this profile. There's going to be other profiles coming soon. I'm working on Exo Sisters right now, but I'm waiting for my friend James to finish his tier lament and my other friend Connell to finish his tier laments. And they'll be doing a deck profile on how I do with those. And once I'm ready to do the video for it, I'll do it as soon as I can. I'm not giving a time from when it will be done, but it'll probably be done within the next month or so minimum. So keep your eyes out for that, and I will try and do my best with other deck profiles as I'm going along, and hopefully I'll get more done as I've actually able to do them. So let's get started. And for the main deck, for the monsters side of things, I'm running one liquid, one honest Neos, and one Stratos. These were just perfect to be a one-offs. I didn't really think about bumping them up one or two or anything like that. And yes, I'll be getting a secret soon. So, getting there slowly. The deck is almost max rarity 2, which I'm loving. 2 Shadow Mist for the rest of the Elemental Hero lineup. I was debating putting Shadow Mist down to 1, but the second one did come up quite a bit, and I'm very glad I did keep it at 2. Then for the Destiny Hero lineup, it was Celestial, Denia, Dasher, and Double Mally. I wasn't changing it whatsoever because it was just really handy for how it was. And yeah, it's just self-explanatory of my hero profiles these days. It's literally these 5 and really no other options really. But I did think about putting Plasma in, but I'm gonna have to make my hero list a heavy going first, and I didn't particularly want to do that. So I wanted to be brute force aggressive, and for the first 2 games it did work. Then I got to over comfortable. Then I lost track, misused Forbidden Droplet, used the wrong Super Poly monster by accident. So as we carry on, I was doing 3, 3, 1. I was heavily debating putting increase to 2 again, just for the mirror, because I didn't really want a brick on it. But out of my whole 10 games with my friend James, it did not happen that often, me drawing increase at all. I was extremely lucky. I think about maybe 2 out of the 10 single games we had, I only had it. But James had it a lot more, and it's like, oh, for God's sake, and stuff like that, which is highly understandable. And he did have one hand with double Mally with increase, or Mally and increase, or something like that. But yeah, it happened, and I did feel bad for him. So, but would I change anything for this slot? I was debating putting Violent down to 2. I was. But then I decided against it because I needed that Vion stuff if I didn't have anything else. So, yeah. That's the Vision Hero. That's pretty much the whole hero main deck lineup. If there was anything I was going to change, I probably would have done it a bit sooner than nearly on the day if I was going to change it. But I'm glad I didn't. It did really well. And I'm glad with my 4-5 with him. I really am. It was just more to see who was the better hero player. Statistically, he was the better hero player. But then afterwards, and my camera's gonna go blah blah. But statistically, he is the better hero player, but then I self-proclaim myself as the better hero playing blah blah this, blah blah that. But I didn't really want to do that because I'll be like a cocky, arrogant asshole that I can be. So I decided like no. But I think he will probably correct me if I'm wrong. That I think he did say you are the better hero player overall, though, out of everybody here. Like I knew that was right, but then me hearing it made my ego a little bit more bigger when it comes to heroes. But it was extremely close, though, so I'm quite happy with it. And for the main deck, hand traps and monster wise, I did run 2 cherries, which a lot of people's going to be confused. Why? Why would you run cherries? It's literally, if you're having a mirror, there's pretty much the whole extra deck is a cherries target. There's been ones where he used prosperity, banished 6. He tried to bluff me to thinking he banished his DPE, and I had a hunch he didn't. I used the cherries, reveal my DPE, banish his DPE, and he was like, "Oh no!" But it's like I looked straight through it. It's like cherries is, if you're playing a mirror, I would probably say if you don't have cherries, I'll put cherries in any side deck right now if you're playing Tillermans or Sprite, because if you hit the right thing, like you can reveal your own elf, your own Kit Kalos. Literally, cherries is your oyster, basically. You've got literally every target under the sun if you feel like it. And the most generic, Ashe. Ashe is self-explanatory. It stops a lot of things, mainly the Fusion Destiny. Yes, it's a bait for the hero lives, but if you hold it for the right moment, and you know if they're having heroes in their hand and don't have anything else, and you Ashe after the Stratos, you're pretty much fine. Then to Nibiru. Nibiru hurts. That's all I've got to say. Nibiru hurts heroes hard if you don't know how to play around it. And because I've played heroes that much, I can move around it. It really depends how bad the hand is, or how stacked the hand is. If you've got a stacked up hand where you can play through Nib, great. If not, there is ways to do it, but it's so hard to do it. So that's the monster hand trap lineup. And I do have 2 Imperm as well. And you're wondering why 2-2-2 for all the hand traps. I was siding Crossout Detonator in my side deck, which I will show in this video too, for my options. So then for the spells, 3 hero lives, 3 mass change, 2 super poly, miracle fusion, poly, 2 fusion destiny. I keep telling my friends that my guts tell me fusion destiny's coming back to 3 this next ban list, which hopefully is coming next month. And I'll be so happy if it is. If it isn't, I'm going to be gutted, but I'm going to be completely fine with it. Then the 2 super polys, so I don't brick with it more than anything. I didn't really want to see it as much. If I was wanting to see it, or mainly be because of the liquid effects from the draw 2 discard one, that's pretty much it. The hero lives is pretty much essential. And you're probably wondering, where's the reinforcement of the army? It's like, there's a story behind that one. I looked at my hero build when I was testing against my friend Coddle one day on Dueling Book, and it seemed very off. I couldn't tell what it was at all. It just something seemed off. So I quickly rebuilt it from scratch. Then I didn't realise I didn't have reinforcement of the army in it. And when I was looking back at it, I was like, oh, it's not there. I forgot to put it in. But it felt oddly more consistent. So, like, okay, maybe for this mirror match, I can go without it. And to be fair, Rotor could have helped me in certain situations, but I didn't want to run another Ash situation, basically, when I've already got a Hero Lives, Stratos, Vion, and other stuff. I didn't want any more Ash baits more than anything else. And I'm glad I didn't put it in, because it still feels very oddly more consistent, in my personal opinion. And my friend James, he understood where I was coming from. Seemed more consistent without it from how he was seeing me using without it. But honestly, people's like, oh, it's against the law not to run reinforcement of the army. Like, I don't care, because how I've been using heroes before the mirror, without the reinforcement of the army, it was more consistent than with it in. And if you don't believe me, please go try it for yourself. You might think, oh wow, he's right. Then honestly, I'll be very happy with that. But for my build, honestly, no reinforcement of the army is completely fine. Like, literally completely fine. Then, obviously, these two is pretty much only a one-off, unless you're doing a Neospatian thing or a really weird variant where you need 2 polys. Then Future Destinies are 2 because Konami. Then 2 Droplet and the 1 Cold Buy. The Cold Buy is to banish the Mali, as pretty much after the resolution of the chains ended from Vion. So Cold Buy, Banish Mali. They don't have that lineup until they get another Mali in the graveyard, essentially. So you can do that foreplay. And then for the rest of the main deck, Imperm. Yeah, I am running hand trap set too, because mainly I was the cross out targets. So plus I had room to side things in and out to go first, essentially, which I'll explain for my side deck. Which there is a story with one of the side deck options that I had, which was quite funny, and he's probably like, oh no, he's not gonna tell that story now, is he? But I'll get there once we get there. So for the extra deck, it was a self-explanatory double Dark Law, which the ultis look fantastic. Thank you for my James and my friend Aaron. You guys are just fucking amazing helping me sorting these out. They are very minty and stuff like that. I'm really happy with them. Then the 1 Acid, I was gonna run Anki, but then I realized a lot of the cards in the extra deck I use I barely went into at all. There's been a couple I did actually go into it, but it didn't really do very much. The same with the the Shining, Grand Tornado, and Absolute. Oh, you can't really see that. Pretty much all the Elemental Hero standard fusions, including Sunrise, they're pretty much all super poly targets for a mirror. You can argue that you can do it in the current format with Sprite and Tillaments, but I would heavily advise not to, because Tillaments will just go off on one, then Splite will just be Splite. Then the 1 Destiny Hero Phoenix Enforcer, the 1 Dread, and the 2 Cross. Through the Cherries targets, I did do Cross, I think. I explained the DPE. I didn't really banish Dark Law because I could work around it. But then there was certain stuff that couldn't happen. It's like, crap. But I managed it, and there was one game where we did go into time, and that's because he would have used Mystic Mine on me. The prick. Love you though, James. But yeah, the Mystic Mine one was literally grinding out so I can figure it out. I couldn't get it off the field in time. Either could he, I think. So we just went, okay. Then for the non-hero stuff I was running was Starving Venom, Draco Stapelia, Trivy, and the Dark Charmer. Because primarily the whole deck is dark more than anything else, so you're easily going into Dark Charmer. 3 dark monsters on the field, a fusion which will be DPE and another dark, and just 2 darks on the field, which is another DPE and something else. So that is the extra deck. Because essentially I could have ran Prosperity, because the rest of it as well is Prosperity targets as well, other than the Cross Crusader, DPE, and pretty much a lot of it is Super Poly targets as well, essentially. Not Super Poly, and Prosperity targets as well if I had the Prosperities. I did consider Prosperities, but I decided no. Because I knew I was going to see my hand more stacked than pretty much anything else. Then for the side deck, as I promised I'll explain, I ran 2 D Barrier, 2 Gamma and the 1 Driver for the Gamma package, triple Diddy Crow, the Bells, Summon Limit, and then the 2 Crosshouse, which are the proxies for this. I don't have any, because I borrowed my friend's ones. The D Barrier, Core Fusions, are screwed, essentially. But through Dueling Book on testing, when he was using ABC Theron, he debarriered me, and I still managed to OTK. He didn't realize I was OTKing until halfway through for what I was doing, but I was struggling on the last 100, but then again, he helped me on that, which I'm thankful for. But he noticed I could by the time I was going through my combo, halfway through the links of Cross Crusader, it's literally done. I OTK'd him. He was like, damn. And he's like, we were all just literally jokes like, oh, Jane took over at that point, just went bang. Which, to be fair, I do agree with, but I found that as like a fluke win with that. That's what sparked up this mirror match more than anything else. And honestly, it was a fun mirror match for up to 10 games. It really was. It was like you had to be there to see how the games were being done. It was like, there was a lot of wow moments and a lot of stupid moments from me, and probably James. I don't remember anything happening from his side that was stupid, to be honest. But yeah, so this was my hero deck profile. I would love to give a shout out to my friend Aaron, especially Jam Cards UK. He's helped me with sourcing out the Dark Lords with my friend James, the Stratos that he had. A lot of the stuff I've been getting lately is from him through the Facebook group. And Aaron, my dude, you are fucking amazing, and I love you. And I love all my friends on the island as well, for the Yu-Gi-Oh players. Without you guys, I don't think I would be in this game much longer. I really wouldn't. So I'm thanking you all very much. And as for my heroes right now, they are being put on the shelf for now, unless you guys beg me to death to make an updated profile on heroes post ban list, which I'll most likely will be doing anyway. So you guys, thank you for watching. Like this video, subscribe to the channel, turn the notification bell on to be notified when the next video comes out, and I will see you again soon. Peace.